If your garden soil is dry, lifeless, or just refuses to grow anything worth keeping, you're not alone. Every gardener faces this heartbreak at some point. The soil looks dull, plants struggle, and nothing seems to change no matter how much fertilizer you throw at it. But what if the solution didn't cost a cent? What if you could revive poor soil quickly using what's already around you? This is the method seasoned gardeners swear by, and today you'll learn exactly how to make poor soil fertile again fast and free. Before fixing poor soil, it's crucial to know what went wrong. Most garden soil loses fertility because it's been stripped of organic matter. Heavy tilling, chemical fertilizers, or years of overuse kill the microorganisms that give soil life. When that happens, it becomes hard, compacted, and unable to hold moisture or nutrients. The secret to restoring soil health isn't more fertilizer, it's feeding the soil life so it can naturally rebuild itself. You can't grow in lifeless dirt, so the first step is to bring life back into it. Instead of digging or tilling, which only makes things worse, simply loosen the top few inches with a garden fork to let air in. This oxygen jumpstarts microbial activity, the tiny organisms that turn dead material into plant food. Once the soil breathes again, it can begin to heal itself. Next, cover it with a generous layer of organic matter. If you have access to leaves, grass clippings, or shredded paper, that's all you need. Pile it at least 3 to 4 inches thick over the entire bed. This acts like a blanket, creating a moist, dark, and worm-friendly environment underneath. Within weeks, earthworms and microbes will start breaking it down into rich humus. If you don't have a compost pile yet, just make one right on the garden bed. Go ahead and scatter kitchen scraps like fruit peels, vegetable trimmings, and coffee grounds across the surface. Then, cover everything with dry leaves or grass to keep flies away. Sprinkle a little soil on top to introduce microbes and hold moisture. In about 4 to 6 weeks, you'll notice the scraps disappearing, nature's free composting at work. This method, known as in-place composting, eliminates the need for turning or hauling compost. It directly feeds your soil right where it matters most. Most gardeners throw away grass clippings or weeds, but these are gold for rebuilding poor soil. Fresh grass is loaded with nitrogen, which helps break down tougher materials like leaves. Mix a layer of green clippings with dry leaves in a 1:3 ratio and spread them over your soil. Water lightly, until the pile feels like a damp sponge. If weeds have no seeds, add them too. They contain valuable nutrients plants pulled from deep in the ground. By decomposing back into the soil, they release those nutrients, where your crops can reach them. This free resource not only enriches the soil, but also prevents erosion and moisture loss. When your soil is severely depleted, it needs a quick nutrient boost. That's where compost tea comes in, a simple liquid fertilizer that revives soil life fast. Here's the exact recipe that works every time. 1 cup of finished compost, or well-rotted manure, 1 tablespoon of molasses for feeding microbes, and 1 gallon of water. Mix everything in a bucket and stir well. Let it sit for 24 hours, stirring a few times to keep it aerated. Then pour it directly onto your soil, or spray it around your plants. The living microbes in this brew wake up your soil and jumpstart decomposition instantly. Do this once every week for 3 weeks, and you'll see dramatic changes in plant color and growth. If you spot worms in your garden, you're halfway to fertile soil already. But if your soil is too poor to attract them, you can create a worm buffet. Just mix kitchen scraps, old leaves, and a sprinkle of soil in a shaded corner, and make sure to water it regularly. Worms love decaying organic matter, and once they arrive, they'll burrow through your soil, loosening it while leaving behind nutrient-rich castings. Within a month or two, you'll notice the soil turning darker and softer. Those are signs that life is returning underground. Worm activity, honestly, is one of the fastest natural indicators of soil recovery. Mulch is like sunscreen for soil. It shields it from sun, erosion, and nutrient loss. The best part? You don't need store-bought mulch. Use what you already have: dried grass, chopped leaves, shredded cardboard, or straw. Apply a 3-inch layer around your plants, and just let nature do the rest. As mulch breaks down, it continuously adds organic matter to your soil, improving structure, moisture retention, and microbial balance. Over time, your soil transforms into a dark, crumbly texture that plants really thrive in. all without spending a penny. One of the biggest mistakes gardeners make is trying to fix poor soil with synthetic fertilizers. These might make plants look greener for a short time, but they kill soil microbes and destroy natural fertility. Once you stop using chemicals and feed the soil instead of the plants, you'll notice your garden becoming more self-sustaining year after year. The key is patience. Natural fertility builds up quickly once the conditions are right, but you must let the soil life do its job. Think of your garden as a living system, not a machine. Feed it well, and it will reward you endlessly. Even the best organic matter won't help if your soil stays too dry. Water deeply once or twice a week instead of daily light watering. This encourages plant roots to grow deeper, improving drought resistance. Always water before applying mulch. This locks in moisture and prevents evaporation. If you have access to rainwater, even better. It's softer, chemical-free, and better for soil microbes. Collecting rainwater is, honestly, one of the most effective and free ways to maintain healthy soil moisture. In just a few weeks, you'll begin to see life returning to your garden. Earthworms wriggling under the mulch, soil turning darker, and plants growing stronger, all signs that fertility is coming back. And you know, the beauty of this process is that it only gets better with time. The more organic matter you feed your soil, the more alive and productive it becomes. Once your soil comes back to life, keep feeding it small amounts of organic matter regularly. Every harvest season, return your plant residues to the soil instead of removing them. Compost your kitchen waste, use your grass clippings, and always keep the surface covered. This continuous cycle builds lasting fertility and creates a self-sustaining ecosystem that doesn't rely on expensive products. Restoring poor soil doesn't have to be complicated or costly. The real secret lies in working with nature, not against it. By using simple, free materials, leaves, grass, scraps, and water, you can turn lifeless dirt into thriving, fertile soil faster than you thought possible. Your garden will not only grow better, it will stay healthy for years to come.